One of two doctors charged in connection with the death of the Friends star Matthew Perry has agreed to plead guilty to distributing ketamine. Dr Salvador Plasencia is accused of providing the bulk of the drug to the actor in the weeks before he died from an overdose in October 2023. Prosecutors said the plea carried a maximum sentence of 40 years in prison.
Tonight at 6, we're live in Tel Aviv as tensions continue between Israel and Iran. In the last hour, President Trump has called for Tehran's unconditional surrender. As missile attacks continue from both sides for a fifth day, President Trump says he wants a real end to this conflict.
What specifically is better than a ceasefire? What are you looking for here?
An end. A real end, not a ceasefire. An end.
Donald Trump is currently meeting his top national security advisors here at the White House as significant US military firepower is moved towards the region.
And Tehran's main sites stand empty as residents flee the Iranian capital following President Trump's warning to evacuate immediately.
Well, Donald Trump's ultimatum came as Israel and Iran continue to exchange missiles for a fifth day, with both sides suffering more casualties. The president also told Iranians to flee Tehran, causing further fear in the capital. Our senior international correspondent, John Irvine, has the latest.
A tale of two cities. This is Tel Aviv, where getting out and about isn't advised. And this is Tehran, where getting out and far away is advised by the American president. Yet again, the threat of Israeli air power has set in motion a Middle Eastern exodus. Like Gazans and the citizens of Beirut before them, Tehranis have been hitting the road. The Iranian capital is home to 10 million, which makes fleeing for their lives a slow-motion affair. That's if they can even get petrol in the first place. There have also been queues to buy bread.
In the queue for the bakery, I can say that people all were scared. And they were talking about the situation, how scary it is. And older people were talking to youngers, saying that we've been in this situation before.
Last night, Iran threatened Israel with the biggest bombardment so far. But the barrages we've witnessed since have been the exact opposite. That said, this was a dramatic close-up look at some Iranian missiles that did get through, although there are no reports of any fatalities. On day 5, most Israelis we've spoken to maintain that whatever price this country is paying, it's worth it.
Listen, I think that Israel needs to defend itself because Iran have some weapons that can destroy us and kill us all.
There is something you have to do. You should know it as British, you know? You did what you gotta do in World War II. You didn't think if it's worth it or not. You just knew that you have to do it. That was the right thing to do, period.
Israeli pilots are trying to spare the country by destroying enemy missile launchers and weapons depots. There's no doubt that Israel is finding it much easier to hit Iran than the other way round. John Irvine, ITV News, Tel Aviv.
Here are headlines.
The relationship that we have is fantastic, so I just want to congratulate you.
The President and Prime Minister sign a deal slashing trade barriers between the UK and the US, but there's still no tariffs exemption for British steel.
In the last few hours, President Trump left the G7 summit in Canada early over Middle East tensions as Israel and Iran exchange fire.
So what effect could that conflict have here on our cost of living, especially the price of oil and energy? I'll be taking a look.
The Gambling Commission launches an urgent investigation into adult gaming centres after a BBC investigation reveals failures in the industry's self-exclusion scheme. Here, there's a warning from medical professionals that patients who film their own treatment for social media could be putting themselves and staff at risk. They say more patients are videoing procedures without asking permission and that this can distract staff or make them feel uncomfortable and anxious. The Environment Agency is warning today that England will face huge water shortages if action isn't taken to bolster supplies and reduce demand. It's predicting a shortfall of 6 billion litres a day by the year 2055.
Let's take a look at this morning's newspapers. We're going to start today with the Mirror, and Baroness Casey's report into grooming gangs dominates the front pages everywhere. Never again is the headline here that you can see. So the Mirror leading on the Home Secretary's pledge that there will be no hiding place from justice for perpetrators.
The Daily Telegraph focuses on a line from that report which said that asylum seekers and foreign nationals are involved in what it says a significant proportion of live police investigations into child sex grooming gangs.
The conflict in the Middle East is the lead story on the front page of The Guardian. The paper focuses on evacuation orders issued by the Israeli military as it continues to strike targets inside Iran.
Also on the programme tonight, warnings about water. Yorkshire and the northwest of England are already in drought. This Derbyshire reservoir is at its lowest level on record for this time of year. Blustery on the beach today, but a yellow health alert for parts of England from tomorrow, with temperatures due to peak at more than 30 degrees.